Okay. How about you, Chastity? Are you good? Okay, perfect. So we're gonna start on our mats or our towel, whatever we're practicing on. We're gonna come into extended child's pose. Oh wait, somebody else is trying to join. Sorry. All right, guys, so we're gonna come down onto our mats into child's pose. So let's get that started. So you can either have your knees come together so that your legs are together, toes are touching, and then you can extend your arms out, bring your forehead to the mat, or you can bring the arms alongside your body. Or another way to do this pose is to take your knees as wide as your mat, your big toes to touch, and then reach forward, forehead to the mat. So whatever is best for you. Obviously, taking the knees wide is opening up through the hips. So if you have maybe some hip issues, doing the one with the closed knees would be better. So just calm down into your child's pose. And just try to come to relax in this pose. It's not a strenuous pose in any way. And just start to tune into your breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose and pausing. Breathing out through the nose. So just start to kind of regulate your breath here. Kind of see how deep you can make it. In yoga, we like to use this really deep, audible breath. And breathing in yoga is called pranayama. So, really, the pranayama or the breath is what carries us through our practice. So, the intention of yoga and kind of the purpose of yoga is to connect the breath to the pose. So, a lot of the times, people are very concerned about how the pose looks and that sort of a thing. You obviously don't want to injure yourself, so you want to do it, as correct as you can. But it's not about being flexible. It's not about, doing the best pose. It's really about yourself and about your breath and just knowing what your body can do. So just make sure during this class that you listen to your body first and foremost. Because I don't know you and you don't really know me that well either yet. So just listen to yourself first. If something hurts, just back off. And if in the class we're doing anything that's maybe too strenuous for you today, maybe you don't feel like kind of working up a sweat, you can always come down into child's pose. So just continue breathing. Maybe extend and reach those arms forward just a little more. Really stretching through the shoulders here. Making sure that our fingertips are spread out on our mats. That the knuckles are lifting off of the mat. And on an inhale, we're going to walk the palms and hands over to the right side of the mat. So we're going to be taking the left hand over on top of the right, just stretching through the left side body. Just breathe here. Feel this great stretch. Breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. Again, breathing in. And on an exhale, we're going to come back to center. Then on your next inhale, we're going to walk over to the left side of our mat. So this time, the right hand is going to be coming over on top of the left, really stretching through the right side body. Breathing in and breathing out. 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 Another breath in. And exhale, we're going to come back to the center in our extended child's pose. And then we're going to bring our palms together. So we're kind of bringing them to prayer. And then we're going to take our hands up above our head. And we're just going to breathe here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then when you're ready, you can just come back to extended child's pose. And just focus on your breathing. Just continue breathing in your child's pose. And when you're ready, on an inhale, we're going to come up into tabletop. So for tabletop, we're going to have our wrists underneath our shoulders and our knees under our hips. So just come to this neutral spine. You're going to have a flat back here. And just check your fingers right now. Check your hands. Are they spread out? Are the knuckles lifting off of the mat? If they're lifting off, they're kind of getting weight in the center, so that's a good indicator. So just kind of see. So just breathe here. Just breathing in your tabletop. And when you're ready, we're going to do some cat and cow poses. So on an inhale, we're going to lift up, tailbone lifts, gazing up. And then exhale, we're going to round in, chin to chest. Exhaling. Inhale, we're going to lift up, gaze up, tailbone lifts. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest, rounding through the spine. So just go ahead and do a round of these at your own pace. Just remembering to focus on your breath. When you're breathing in, you're gazing up. And then exhaling, you're going down, rounding in, chin to chest. Again, inhaling up, gaze up, and then exhaling, tucking the tailbone, chin to chest. And for those of you who just joined, we started out by doing child's pose. So if you want to take a moment to do a little child's pose for yourself before coming into the rest of the practice, you can go ahead and do that. I also emphasize the purpose of yoga by bringing the breath and the pose together. So unifying the two. And also listening to your body first and foremost. That's the most important thing here. So when you're ready, we're gonna stop doing the cat-cows and we're just gonna do some poses here. So just come back to your tabletop, so neutral position. And on an inhale, we're gonna lift the right arm up, gaze up, and then exhale, return the palm to the mat. Inhale the left arm up, gaze up, that hand, and then exhale that hand down to the mat. Inhale the right arm up, gaze up at that hand. Exhale it back down to the mat. And then inhale, gaze up at the left palm. Exhale, bring the palm back to the mat. Inhale, we're gonna bring the right arm up, gaze up at that palm. And then on an exhale, we're gonna thread the needle. So we're gonna bring our right arm underneath our left, coming down onto our shoulder and coming down onto our right cheek. So we're doing this with the right arm, and we're just gazing over to the left side of our mat. Just breathe here, feeling this stretch through your shoulder. For this pose, you can keep the left arm down, or you can bring it behind your body, coming into a half bind. So just kind of taking your arm behind and then looping it around and grabbing your right thigh if you can. So come into your version, whatever's best for you today. And just breathing in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. And then if you have the half bind, just return your hand to the mat. And on an inhale, we're gonna lift back up to our tabletop. So feel free to do a round of cat-cow here in between. So for cat, we're gonna inhale, gaze up, tailbone lifts. And then exhale, chin to chest, round through the spine. Inhale, tailbone lifts, and then gazing up. Exhaling, chin to chest, tailbone tucks. And when you're ready, come back to a neutral spine, coming back to your tabletop. And on an inhale, we're gonna lift the left arm up, gaze up at the palm. And then we're going to exhale, thread it through. So we're gonna bring it underneath the right arm this time. And we're gonna come onto the left shoulder, and the left facial cheek is gonna come down to the mat. And then just gazing over to the right side of your mat. Breathing here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And again, you can either leave the right arm, forearm down on the mat, or you can bring that arm behind your back, coming into a half bind. Whatever you feel like doing today, whatever's best for you. Breathing in and breathing out. 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 And if you have the arm behind, just return the palm back to the mat and lift yourself up into tabletop. And then if you want to, you can go through another round of cat and cows, or you can join me to do some hip circles. So just breathing in and breathing out. Take your hips around in a circular direction. Maybe go clockwise in the beginning. This is really good because it's limbering up our wrists. So just continue to do the hip circles. And then when you're ready, take it in the opposite direction. So just continue breathing. So continuing to do your hip circles, going in the opposite direction and breathing here. And when you're ready, we're going to come back into our tabletop. So coming to a neutral spine. And then we're going to flip our wrists in the opposite direction. So we're going to have the inside of our wrist face the top of the mat so that our fingertips are pointing towards our knees. And then you might come here, and this might be good enough for you. This might be enough of a stretch for you. And if it's not, you can start to walk your hips back towards your heels and then bring them forward. Just remembering to breathe through this stretch because it's pretty intense if you're not used to it. Continuing to breathe here. Then when you're ready, we're going to bring the wrists to face each other. So your fingertips are going to be going to each side of your mat, pointing outwards. And just breathe here. Just feel the stretch through your wrists. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in through the nose. And breathing out through the nose. And on an inhale, we're going to bring the fingers to face the top of the mat again, coming back to tabletop. And then we can do a counter stretch here. So we're going to take our right hand. We're just going to flip it over. So coming onto the top of the hand, just counter stretching through the wrist because that can be a little intense. It's even intense for me sometimes. Just breathing here. And when you're ready, we're going to bring that palm back to the mat, and then we're going to do a counter stretch on the other side. So with the left hand just coming onto the top of that hand, flipping it over, stretching through the wrist. Just continuing to breathe here. And then when you're ready, we're going to flip back over. And we're going to come into extended puppy pose. So for puppy pose, I'm just going to back up here and I'll just move my block so you can see better. So we're basically going to keep the knees where they are and the feet. And you're just going to extend the arms out and bring your forehead to the mat. And just breathe here, trying to keep the hips lifted. You can either be on the tops of the feet or you can tuck your toes here. It's really whatever you feel like doing. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And you can either stay in puppy pose or you can lift up into our first downward facing dog. So to do down dog, we're going to really plant into the palms. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to lift the hips up and then bring the chest back towards the thighs. And in our downward facing dog, we're going to want the feet to be about hip distance apart. And you can bend through the knees as much as you need to here. The heels can be against the mat or they can be lifting off. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe walking out your dog by bending into one leg, straightening the opposite, and then bending the opposite knee, straightening the opposite leg. So you can walk out your dog by doing these alternate motions on your breath in, breathing in and the breath out. If you're walking out your dog, come into stillness. On an inhale, we're going to look at the palms, and then we're going to start to walk up to our palms, coming into ragdoll. So for this pose, we're going to have our feet about a fist distance apart, so right in between there. And then we're really going to let go of all the tension in the upper body. So we're going to hinge from the hips. We can bend generously through the knees. Just let everything hang down. Maybe nod the head yes and shake the head no to get rid of the tension in the neck. Maybe grab opposite elbows and sway side to side, following your breath. Breathing in on one side and breathing out as you go to the other. Continuing to breathe. And on an exhale, we're going to drop the palms down to the mat. And inhaling, we're going to start to lift up, just lifting up very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, until your head is the last thing to lift. So now we're coming into mountain pose or Tadasana. So for this pose, you can either have your feet where they were in ragdoll, or you can bring them to touch so that your toes are touching. It's easier to bounce in this pose if they're separated and not together. So whatever's best for you. So just come into your Tadasana, and then let's try to feel into the four corners of our feet. So what this means is you're gonna be putting pressure into your two big toes, and then also your two pinky toes on your feet, and then the two edges of your heel on each feet. So just feel that stability. And then remember to have a slight bend, a little micro bend through the knee joint just to protect it. And then we're gonna tuck the tailbone down. So if you have it facing out, just try to tuck it in and down, really coming to that neutral spine here. And then we're gonna tuck the belly button in and up, engaging the abdominal muscles. And then we're gonna bring the shoulders down and back. We're gonna bring the palms to face forward. And just gazing forward in your mountain pose. Just feeling the strength and stability here that you're creating. maybe a sense of groundedness. I think we all need to feel grounded in these times. They're pretty, I'd say, crazy. It's a really strange time that we're in right now. When you're ready, we're going to inhale. We're going to bring the palms to heart center. And I invite you to close your eyes here and just set an intention for your practice today. Maybe it's something like, I'm just really happy that I showed up today and that I'm present, that I'm able to live in the moment. Maybe it's something like an I am statement. I am strong. I am calm. Just really, however you want to be feeling, just try to cultivate that. And just identify what you want out of your practice today. So take a few more moments to ponder that. And on an inhale, we're going to lift the arms up, gaze up, extended mountain pose. Maybe a slight back bend. And then on an exhale, we're going to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulder blades come together, flat back. And on an exhale, we're going to step back into our downward facing dog. Or you can come to puppy pose, however you're feeling. On an inhale, we're going to lift the left leg up. And on an exhale, we're going to step it in between our palms at the top of our mat. And we're going to come into a low lunge. So for your lunge, you can either keep the knee lifted or you can bring it down to the mat if necessary. And just bring your palms, kind of keep them on the mat a little bit, stabilize yourself. And just gaze forward. Really having a long line of energy through your spine. And on an exhale, we're going to plant the left palm down and we're going to bring the right arm up. And just gaze up at that right hand. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And when you're ready, we're going to exhale the palm back down to the mat. And then we're going to come into a lizard lunge. So for this, I would recommend you put your knee down. It'll be easier to hold the pose. So for this pose, we're going to walk the right foot over to the right side of the mat. And we're really going to bend into the knee. So you can go extended past your 90-degree through. So you can really bend into this. And then we're just going to bring the palms down to the mat on the inside of the right foot. So you can stay here if that's comfortable for you. Just making sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders. And then if you're ready, you can come down onto the forearms. So whatever's best for you, either staying on the hands or coming down onto the forearms. And just being okay with the knee extending out towards the right side of the mat. That's naturally going to happen in this pose. And just breathing here, looking down at the mat. Taking a breath in, and a breath out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Again, breathing in through the nose, and out through the nose. And if you're down on your forearms, just breathing in, coming back onto your hands. And then we're going to step back into our downward facing dog. So come back to your down dog. right, so coming into your downward facing dog, just come into your breath here. Maybe walk out your dog a little more if that feels good to you. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And on an inhale, we're gonna lift the left leg up to hip height. And then exhale, we're going to bring that foot in between our palms at the top of our mat. We're gonna come into a low lunge. So 90-degree angle through the front leg. You can either drop the knee down or keep it lifted. Probably be feeling a little bit of fire if you're keeping it lifted. So whatever you wanna do today. So just staying in this low lunge, gazing forward. Feeling a nice line of energy running through your spine from your tailbone and up. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, and on your exhale, we're gonna plant the left palm down and inhale the, right palm, sorry. And inhale the left palm up. And just gazing up at that left hand, twisting here, breathing in and breathing out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in. And on your exhale, we're gonna plant that palm down to the mat. And then I recommend you dropping the knee for lizard on the left side. So just take your left foot out to the left side of your mat and come onto the top of the foot if you dropped your knee down. And we're gonna bring the palms to the inside of the left foot. So you can either stay here with the wrists underneath the shoulders, or you can come down onto your forearms. So again, it's okay if your knee is extending past the 90-degree angle and if it's splaying out towards the left, that's what we want. We're really stretching through the hips here. So just breathing, just gazing down at the mat. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in through the nose. And breathing out through the nose. Again, breathing in through the nose. And breathing out through the nose. So just take a couple more rounds of breath here in your lizard lunge. And if you're down on your forearms on an inhale, we're gonna lift back up onto our palms. And then we're going to step the foot back and we're gonna come back to our downward facing dog. So just take a breath in and out here, just setting back up. Breathing in, we're gonna lift the right leg and then we're gonna send it to the top of the mat in between the hands. And then we're going to seal the back foot. We're gonna lift up. So we're gonna keep a 90-degree angle through the front leg and about 45-degree angle in the back foot. We're gonna come into warrior one. So bringing the hips so that they're turning facing forward. And we're gonna inhale the arms up. You can gaze up or gaze forward. Making sure that the pinkies are rotating in towards the midline. So pinkies rotate in. Breathing in, breathing out, drop the shoulders down. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, and on an exhale, we're gonna open up into our warrior two. So our shoulder blades are going to be drawing together here, and our palms are going to be facing down. And just gazing over the right middle finger. Breathing in and breathing out. On an inhale, we're going to flip the palm. We're going to come into reverse warrior. So we're going to bring the right arm and the hand back. We're going to gaze up at that hand, and our left hand is going to come down onto our left thigh. Breathing in and breathing out. On an inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg, and then we're going to come back up. We're going to come into triangle pose. So if you had a block with you, this is a good point to use it, or you'll just use your shin or your foot or come down onto the mat. So whatever you do in your triangle. So we're going to bump the hips back, and we're going to start extending and reaching that arm forward, so the right arm. And then when you can't reach any further, you're going to come down and see what you can reach. So for me, I reached my shin. Some of you might be able to reach all the way down to the mat. Just depends on your flexibility. And then if you have the block, you can use that in place of your shin or the mat. And then you can bring your palm down to the block. Or if you don't want to use the block, or you don't have a block, just use whatever you're able to hold on to. So then we're going to lift up that left arm and gaze up at the left hand if possible. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Really trying to get a vertical alignment between the arms and the shoulders here. Breathing in and breathing out. Try not to dump all of your weight down to the ground. So lifting up. Breathing in and breathing out. And on an inhale, we're going to come back up. And then we're just going to kind of switch our feet here. So we're going to bring the front foot, which was our front foot, we're going to bring it to a 45-degree angle. And then we're going to bring the opposite foot to face forward. So then we're going to come into warrior one on the opposite side. And just make sure that your hips are squared to the front of your mat. And inhale, the palms up and the arms up. You can gaze up if you want, or you can gaze forward. Just breathe here. Drop the shoulders down. Make sure that the pinky fingers are facing towards the midline of the body, so in towards the middle. Breathing in and breathing out. And on an exhale, we're going to open up into our warrior two. So again, the shoulder blades are drawing together here. The palms are facing down towards the mat. And our gaze is over the left middle finger. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And on an inhale, we're going to flip the palm, come into reverse warrior. So inhale, bring that left arm back and overhead, gaze up, bring the right palm onto the right thigh. Breathing in and breathing out. On an inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg, and then we're going to lift back up. We're going to start setting up for a triangle pose. So like before, we're going to bump the hips back, and then we're going to take the left arm out and start reaching forward as far as we can, and then grabbing onto whatever is available to us. So our shin, our ankle, the mat, whatever is good for you. And then we're going to inhale the right arm up, just gazing up at that right arm or the hand. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And try not to dump all of your weight down, just trying to lift up here. A good way to do that is to also just take that arm off, but that activates your abdominal muscles. So if you don't want to do that, I totally understand. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And on an inhale, we're gonna rise back up, and then we're gonna come into mountain pose. So we're gonna step back up to the top of our mat and just come into our mountain. Just feeling really strong here. Gazing forward. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And then when you're ready, we're gonna come into dancer pose. So for dancer, we're gonna bring the feet together here. We're gonna still be gazing forward. And on an inhale, we're gonna lift the left arm up towards the sky, and then we're going to bend through the right leg, and we're gonna grab the instep of the right foot. So bring those knees together, gazing forward. And then on an exhale, start kicking into that hand, and then inching forward, coming into your dancer pose. Just continuing to try to lift that foot higher. And then focusing on a gaze point, just a point that you can look at that's not moving. On an exhale, release out slowly and surely. And then if you need to, you can shake through the legs here. And then we're gonna take it on the left side. So on an inhale, we're gonna lift the right arm up. And then we're going to bend through that left leg, catching the instep of the left foot. Just gazing forward here, finding a drishti, a gaze point to look at through this pose. And on an exhale, we're gonna kick into that foot, and then we're gonna start hinging forward and dance. Breathing in and breathing out. If you crack, that's okay. If you fall, that's okay. And on an exhale, we're going to release. Really, yoga is whatever you make of it. Yoga is really for you. You don't have to be super flexible or able to bounce really well to be able to do it. You gain that stuff over time. All right, so next we're going to do hand to knee or big toe pose. So I'm just gonna kind of face you here. If you have like furniture around, I would try to kind of do what I'm doing here. Just coming to like the full length of my mat. So we're gonna come to kind of a mountain pose, just samasthiti equals standing. And then on an inhale, we're going to lift up through the right leg, coming into a 90-degree angle if you're gonna grab the knee. And then if not, you're gonna bend down and with yogi toe walk, so our two peace fingers, they're gonna grab a hold of that big toe and you're gonna straighten the foot and the leg. I'm not that flexible, so I'm just gonna do the knee. And then when you're ready, you're gonna bring that right leg over to the right and you're gonna extend the left arm to the left. And if you can, we're going to gaze over to the left, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. On an inhale, we're gonna bring it back to center, and then we're gonna take the left palm, bring it to the right knee. We're gonna do a counter twist. We're gonna twist over to the right side this time. Just breathing in and breathing out. And for this, your right arm is behind you. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And on an inhale, we're gonna bring it back to center. Then we're gonna release and shake out through the legs. All right, then in the next side, we're gonna do it on the left. So we're gonna start to bring our weight into the right standing leg, little micro bend through that knee just to make sure don't injure the knee joint. And then inhale, you're gonna bring the leg to 90-degree angle, parallel to the floor. And you can either grab the knee or you can grab the big toe and straighten the leg. On an exhale, we're gonna open up to the left. And then bring that right palm over to the right, gaze over to the right here. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And on an inhale, bring everything back to center. Then we're going to take our right palm down to the left knee or the foot. And then we're going to twist over to the left. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And on an inhale, we're going to bring it back to center. Then we're going to release. So again, shaking out through those legs. And then when you're ready, we're going to start setting up for tree pose. So for tree, we're going to start on the right side. So we're going to shift our weight into the left standing leg. So again, little micro bend. And for the foot, you're either going to keep the foot on the mat, kickstand it, or you can bring it to your ankle or anywhere above the knee. Just don't apply it right on the knee because that can be dangerous. So you can either do the ankle, keep it on the mat, or you can grab that foot and bring it to your left inner thigh. So when you're ready, when you have your feet how they are, just inhale the palms to heart center and find a drishti, find a gaze point to focus on so you can bounce well. And when you're ready, we're going to grow our branches. So just come to any arm variation. You can do the goalpost arms. You can bring your palms together above your head. You can do steeple. Or you can even come to reverse prayer. So you're gonna bring prayer behind you, so behind your back. Or you can grab opposite elbows. So whatever's best for you. Breathing in and breathing out. And if you lose the pose, that's okay. If you fall out, you can always come back. When you're ready, we're gonna bring the palms to heart center. And then on an exhale, we're gonna release. All right, so now we're gonna take it on the left side. So start to bring your weight into your right standing leg. So again, little micro bend through that knee. And then we're gonna kickstand the foot here, bring it to the ankle, or we can grab down and reach that foot and bring it to the right inner thigh. So whenever you're ready, we're gonna inhale, bring the palms to heart center. And again, find that drishti point, find that point where you can focus so that you can bounce well. So just a gaze point. And when you're ready, just come into your tree pose and come to any arm variation. Whatever's best for you in this present moment. And just breathe here, holding your tree pose. Breathing in and breathing out. We drop the shoulders down. Breathing in and breathing out. On an inhale, we're going to bring the palms back to center. And exhale, we're going to release out of our tree pose. All right, so next what we're going to do is we're going to come down onto our mats. Just come into a forward fold. So we're going to take a seat. And for a forward fold, we're really going to want to keep our feet active here. So we're going to flex through the feet so that they're active. And on an inhale, we're going to bring the hands up and overhead. And then exhale, just start to hinge forward and grab whatever you can. You might be really flexible and be able to grab your feet, or you might be like me and just be reaching to your shins. Really just do whatever's comfortable for you, whatever feels the best. And then maybe inching forward a little bit if that feels okay. In this forward fold, we're going to really try to keep a kind of neutral spine here. We're trying not to fold too much in that area. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, come back up out of the forward fold. And then we're going to do a little bit of half lotus prep. So what this is basically full lotus is when you're in a seated position and you have your legs on top of another. A lot of people do that for meditation for long periods of time. And it's a really difficult pose to get into. So that's why we like to do some prep and some stretching for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the left leg extended, flexing through the foot, and then we're going to bring the right foot up in front of us. So we're just going to kind of hold on to our foot here, and we're bending through the leg. And then just try to keep a neutral spine and just gaze forward. However you want to hold your leg up, that's up to you, whatever's comfortable for you. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. We're gonna bring that leg out, flex through that foot. So we're gonna take it on the opposite side and we're going to bring the left leg in this time. So really getting that shin and that calf parallel to the front of the mat. And we're just gonna remember to flex through the right foot here. And then just lifting up, holding your foot or your leg in whatever fashion is comfortable for you. Breathing here, and gazing forward or gazing at your foot. Breathing in and breathing out. 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 We're going to release it out. And then we're going to come down onto our backs. And we're just going to do some really simple twisting here. So first we're going to inhale the right leg into the chest. So bending through that leg. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in. And on an exhale, we're going to bring the right leg over to the left. And we're going to bring the right arm outstretched to the right. And just gaze over to the right. Breathing in and breathing out. And just making sure that your right shoulder is staying on the mat. We don't want it lifting off. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And on an inhale, we're going to bring that leg back into the chest. And then on an exhale, we're going to stretch out through that right leg and inhale the left leg in this time, bringing the knee in towards the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. 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 And on an inhale, we're going to bring that left leg over towards the right. Then we're going to outstretch the left arm, gazing over towards the left. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And on an inhale, we're going to bring the knee in towards the chest again, that left knee. And exhale, we're going to stretch out and we're going to set up for Shavasana or rest pose. So for this, we're going to take the right heel out towards the right edge of your mat and the left heel out towards the left edge of your mat. And we're just gonna start to really melt into your mat. Just relax all the areas in your body if you can. And for this, you can either have the palms down to feel grounded, or you can have them up to receive new energy. It's really whatever is best for you. Just make a decision if you can. So start to come into your breathing. And for this pose, if you do need a blanket and you grabbed one, feel free to put it on if you get cold. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. So just focus on your breathing. You don't need to change it in any way. Just acknowledging how it is in the present moment. And when you're ready, just start to bring some awareness into your body and how it's feeling right now. We tend to hold on to stress in our body in some pretty evident areas. The shoulders are one spot that are pretty prone to this. So is the neck. Our face is pretty prone to it as well. So through the jaw, through the brow furrow. So just kind of scan your body, see if there's anywhere that needs to loosen up a little, that needs to soften out. If you can soften it yourself, that's great. And if not, if it's something that maybe has been bothering you for a while, or maybe it's just bothering you now from the practice, just try to send your breath to that area, breathing in and breathing out, just directing your energy towards that area. Breathing in and breathing out. And sometimes we have to learn how to breathe through discomfort, whether it's physical, maybe it's mental or emotional. Sometimes that can help our body to ease out of it, which is kind of weird. You would think that wouldn't be possible, but it can be. So continuing to breathe in your Shavasana, in your rest pose. If any thoughts come up that you maybe don't want to think about right now, just come back to your breath. Or come back to some area of the body that can hold your attention. Maybe the belly or the lungs. Maybe your hands or your feet. Remember to pay attention to your breath. And when you're ready, we're going to start to wiggle through the fingertips, wiggle through the toes, just slightly waking up our body after it's been lying here. And when you're ready, we're going to flip over onto our right side. So you can bring the feet in towards the glutes. And then flip over to the right side. You can outstretch that right arm and bring your head onto it as a pillow. Just take a breath here. And on an inhale, you're going to use your hands to bring you up into a comfortable seated position. So any seated position that's good for you right now, just come to it. Could be on your mat, could be in a chair. So in our comfortable seated position, we're going to want to really have a neutral spine here. So we're going to want our head to be aligned over our heart, over our pelvis. And I invite you to close your eyes or just gaze ahead. Just not really gazing at anything in particular, just kind of having a gaze point, not really focusing on it. When you're ready, inhale the palms to heart center. Just bringing those thumbs to your sternum. And opening up through the bottom of your hands. The palms are open a little bit. Just to let the energy through. Allow the light to come in. Take a deep breath in. And sigh it out. Let it go out through your mouth. Again, deep inhale in. Sigh out through the mouth. Just letting the air go. Again, breathing in through the nose. And then exhale it out through the mouth. Sigh it out and let it go. And on an inhale, we're going to bring the palms up to the third eye, our center of intuition, just in between the brows. We're going to open up the palms to allow the light in. The light and divine in me recognizes the light and divine in each and every one of you. I'm so happy that you showed up to the practice today, and I hope you all great health and happiness. We bow together. Namaste. All right, guys, we're finished. So I'm gonna unmute you all so that you can give feedback. Just feel free to take a moment before you get up or if you want to talk. All right. So how was it for everyone?
It was good. You should do more of these.
Okay. Yeah, I'll continue doing that. I only had it up until June, but I'll definitely continue doing it throughout the summer for sure.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Does anyone have any questions or anything like that also? And if you have a question and it comes up later in the day, you can always message me on Facebook. Okay, I just saw your message, Chastity. Yeah, I will keep doing it, and I'll keep you all posted, and I'll post on Facebook. So we'll continue it. I hope that you all have a great rest of your day, and hopefully you guys are safe and everything. So many things are happening right now with the coronavirus. I don't know where you guys are located, but right now we just like opened up to the yellow, so we can like see people, but the gatherings have to be 25 people or less, and restaurants are starting to open for outdoor seating. So things are looking up. But there's like all the protests going on and stuff. So I'm actually going to one today. It's at 5:00. So just, if you guys support that, get out there, protest if you can, if you're healthy enough to get out. It's really important to support the Black folk in the community. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. So everyone have a great day. Just remember to love everyone, support everyone. We're all in this together, and none of us are better than others. Just try to keep that mentality. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks. Stay safe out there.
Thank you. All right, bye.